What's going on, guitar strummers? Today we are going to go ahead and learn about guitar diagrams. That means how to read them as far as for what frets they are, what fingering to use, everything like that. We're going to be using majors and minors in this example. Of course, there are other types of chords out there like C7s, things like that. But we're going to just go ahead and break down the basics. So, let's go ahead and get started. When reading chord names, it's good to understand the differences of how they could be abbreviated. With an A minor, they could spell it fully with a capital A with minor next to it, a capital A with M-I-N, or a capital A with a lowercase m. These all stand for A minor. With the majors, it could be a capital C with the word major, a capital C with M-A-J, or a capital C on its own, and that could be a capital C, a capital D, a capital G, whatever. It will still stand for a major. Now, of course, there are other chord names, but I'm just doing the two basic ones. Now, when recognizing the string numbers, it's very simple. It's always left to right. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And it doesn't really matter which diagram you use, they will always be the same for all of them. Sometimes when talking about frets, you can tell on the left side they're going to be numbered. This is fret 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sometimes though, they are not labeled. That means you're automatically going to be on fret 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Notice on this one over here, you start off on fret 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. But on this side right here, you have a Roman numeral for fret 8, meaning that this is fret 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. When talking about proper placement of the fingers of a chord, sometimes you have them written on the bottom or inside bubbles, and sometimes you just have them as little dots and you kind of have to figure out what fingers to use. In my examples here, I'm going to go ahead and break them down with proper fingering. For this A minor, notice how it has these dots and these numbers on the bottom. That's going to represent the fingering for you. When I break down chords, I like to break it down into 3 sections. First, I'm going to look at what string I'm using, then I'm looking at what finger I'm using, then I'm going to go and look at what fret I'm using. So for A minor, the 6th string has an X, that means you do not play it. The 5th string has a 0, meaning you play it open. So the 4th string, you're going to use the 2nd finger of the 2nd fret. The 3rd string, you're going to use the 3rd finger of the 2nd fret. The 2nd string, you're going to use the 1st finger of the 1st fret. And the 1st string, you're going to use it open, meaning you only pluck the string open. Now in this example, everything's kind of put together. Notice on the 6th string has an X on the 1st fret, meaning you do not play that string. The 5th string has nothing on it, meaning you play it open. Now the 4th string though, notice how it has a bubble with the number 2 in it on the 2nd fret. That means you're going to use your 2nd finger of the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Same thing for string 3. You're going to use the 3rd finger of the 2nd fret. String 2, 1st finger, 1st fret. And string 1 has nothing on it, meaning you play it open. So for an A minor, it's open on the 5th. 4th string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret. 3rd string, 3rd finger, 2nd fret. 2nd string, 1st finger, 1st fret. 1st string, open. Now the C major looks a little bit more complicated, but it's not. Let's start off with the frets. Notice we're on 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now notice that this one has a line that's connecting 3 dots. That line is going to mean you're going to bar it with 1 finger. Notice these dots are all connected to the 1st finger. 1st finger on the 6th string, 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st finger on the 1st string. So that means you're going to use 1 finger to play these 3 notes. Now what you're doing for the bar chord when you're using 1 finger on 1 fret for all of them is you're just holding down all the strings and then you're adding the rest of the fingers to where you need to make the chord. So these fingers are already being taken up with pressure on the other frets, while this one's putting the pressure it needs for the strings that it's going to be holding down all together. So for the bar chord, it's really... And then the other ones are taking up the space for the other ones, sounding like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start on string 6, 1st finger of the 8th fret. String 5, 3rd finger of the 10th fret. String 4, 4th finger of the 10th fret. String 3, 2nd finger of the 9th fret. String 2, 1st finger of the 8th fret. String 1, 1st finger of the 8th fret. Now for this C major, it's the exact same thing as this one, except now the fingering is inside the bubble. Now for the fretting, you can tell because it has a Roman numeral 8 on top of this fret, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So for the 6th string, we're going to use the 1st finger of the 8th fret, 5th string, 3rd finger of the 10th fret, 4th string, 4th finger of the 10th fret, 3rd string, 2nd finger of the 9th fret, 2nd string, 1st finger of the 8th fret, 1st string, 1st finger of the 8th fret as well. Now once again, this one doesn't have a bar connected to it, but just by knowing that this is a 1 and a 1 and a 1, you'll know that you're barring this fret with one finger while you're using the other fingers to cover the rest of the strings. So for C major, it's going to be the 6th string, 1st finger, 8th fret, 5th string, 3rd finger, 10th fret, 4th string, 4th finger, 10th fret, 3rd string, 2nd finger, 9th fret, 2nd string, 1st finger, where you're going to be barring it now, 8th fret, and then once again it's going to be the 1st string, 1st finger where you're barring on the bottom, 8th fret. Now after all of this has been learned, there is one other way to look at it all, and that is if you flip everything to the side where your 6th string is on the top right here and your 1st string is on the bottom, which makes looking at frets a whole lot easier. It just depends, once again, if you read it from a book or online or who wrote it in general, of how they are going to write it themselves. And that is it for this video, guys. Remember, it just depends where you get your information from of how this guitar chord chart is going to look. Online it might be written vertically, through a book it might be written horizontally. It all just depends. I'm going to leave a link below to my website so you can go to my free download page so you can download your own guitar chord blank chart so you can write in your own chords for songs or whatever you're doing at the time. You can always write the song name and band name on the sides or the corners. And you can always like, comment, and share this video. Thanks for watching, and you must practice in order to bring your guitar to life. See you next time.